She's focusing. Look at my baby. He's learning to use his powers. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are here with another reaction to Wonder Man. We're on the season finale, hopefully season, of season 1, episode 8, which is called Yucca Valley. At least I think that's how you say it, is Yucca. Anyways, last episode, we had everything finally come to light. Unfortunately, Simon had to find out the hard way that the meeting of Trevor was not at all coincidental. It was in fact planned, and that Trevor had an ulterior motive to get to know him. And this, unfortunately, is kind of the worst case scenario because these are all of Simon's deepest fears coming true. And because everything was so highly charged, because the interview with Kathy Friedman, you know, talking to his family, the anxiety of that, the anxiety of the movie, it was just kind of this perfect collision of too many things building up for Simon. And we see that he just wasn't able to hold back anymore. You know, we've seen him come to the brink of losing it with his powers several times throughout the series, but last episode, he really just let it fly. And we see that he completely destroyed one of the sets. And it's a very, I mean, he's probably one of the few people that was there, but we do see that Kathy Friedman was at least heard the noise. Now, was she going to associate that with Simon? That'll have to be seen. But the point is, Simon might have put himself in a very precarious position. If anything is there, any form of surveillance, he'll have a very hard time excusing it. And the biggest issue really is that if this gets back to the DODC, this will be more than enough evidence for them to take Simon away for good. So, very interested to see what we're going to do in this episode. Is there going to be any way for he and Trevor to repair this situation? And more importantly, will he be able to avoid being captured? I'm ready to find out. I feel like one episode is definitely not enough to answer those questions, but let's see. Let's get in. Just before I do though, a reminder to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Why? Because even though this show is ending, I react to all sorts of things Marvel and things in that vein. So hopefully you can find something else in the catalog to join me on this journey with. And also if you'd like to catch the entire season of this uncut, as far as the reactions, you can check that out on my Patreon. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now.
Grant Wheeler, man, he was in a lot of stuff in the 80s. I always loved the sunglasses that he wears. When I was your age,
that's why it was so important for him for the glasses to be exact.
I can't wait to see you up there one day.
What are you talking about?
That's a dream.
You were good in 12 Night.
That was just a school play.
Simon, I don't mean you were good in the play the way parents think their kids are good at it.
He said I wasn't placating you, son.
You have a gift. If you work hard, there's no limit what you can do.
Oh, this explains so much of why this is so passionate for him, why he feels the need to be so good. Trev's like, oh, snap.
There was just an explosion on the Wonder Man set. Let's go.
Yeah, I know there was no getting around that, buddy. You did the most. Really, a whole brigade? But I guess technically Simon could probably waste you all with one blast, so... Simon, come on, buddy, come on. I need you to breathe. Breathe, square box breathing. I know you hate Trevor right now, but please use the breathing, you need it. Are you happy now? You feel satisfied? Ready to jerk it because you're so happy, loser? Don't get me wrong. In the strictest sense, Simon is dangerous. Like, that can't be okay. The fact that he did it isolated this time, great. But what happens if he was in a place where there was so much more that could go wrong? He could have caused a gas explosion, you know? But still.
Yvonne Kovac's newest film, Wonder Man. Local authorities have shut down several streets.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Actions have consequences.
Please contact your local law enforcement hotline.
That was bound to happen at some point, though. Unfortunately. He represses too much.
What's wrong?
Just like a mom.
Yeah, but I got a little bit of time this morning.
How is the shoot going?
She's like, something's wrong.
They asked to finally trim that tree branch.
No. But I paid to have it done, so she couldn't complain.
He's trying to say goodbye.
I love you, mommy.
Goodbye.
I figured it out. Figure what out?
How to get out of this?
I'm really happy for you, man. That's.
Let him talk. I know that's hard for you right now, but...
That I've had a lot of opportunities in my life. I've managed to bungle each and every one of them. I'm not going to let you lose the only one you'll get. You've been a true friend.
What are you going to do?
What I should have done a long time ago. Take responsibility for my own mistakes.
He's framing himself.
Savor every moment, Simon. This movie's your show. Bloody well enjoy it. Goodbye, Simon.
He's taking the fall, but how? I mean, technically, Trevor's already a criminal.
That a new video has been sent to news organizations around the country.
And he's filmed
including
these
our
types
own-
of confessions before.
America.
No, not the glasses again.
I have another lesson for you.
They can't
April
prove it
10th,
was Simon.
1953.
So he confesses.
That's why the United States government has worked hand in glove with the entertainment industry to shape the way the public views the world.
He's actually not lying right now, guys.
Shit.
Not these besties.
That explosion on the set of Hollywood's latest brainwashing superhero opiate,
Opiate.
I did that.
Oh. I mean, he's only gonna go to regular jail as opposed to you. Where you would have gone is where you would never get to leave.
Hands in the
He's even got the outfit on.
Took you imbeciles so long.
I mean, I hate to say it, but Trev really needed to finish his sentence.
I had my suspicion the whole time. Well, it's your leadership
Useless.
that set the tone for the whole department.
Oh yeah, just keep gargling those nuts.
Throw me in jail. I'll only break out again.
I'll take it from here. Come with me.
He knows the truth though.
I'm gonna let you take the fall, Slattery, but my eyes are on Simon.
I do not know what the hell you are talking about, you dolt.
Yeah, say what you want to say, actually.
I have always been the Mandarin, and you never saw me coming.
That's true, you didn't.
We are now getting word from local authorities that there were.
It's probably his mother. Like, what the hell was that message? What the hell was that call?
So apparently Von Kovac never misses a shoot day.
Oh, he said, get your ass back.
They're inviting you to set.
Yeah, he said, come on now. We need to keep working. Well, I hope he can do this. Trevor was really his anchor to getting to this point, as far as not having the overthinking and being able to bring him back when he got to that point. I really hope he can find a way to channel his inner Trevor now. Don't blow this now, Simon. Trevor really did sacrifice probably what's left of his life for you. I have a sneaking suspicion he'll find his way out in some way, though.
How are you feeling, Summer?
About that. It's been a crazy day.
Everything you are feeling.
Not quite everything.
That's what true art is made of.
Oh, yes, that part's true. I thought he was going to say channel it. I was like, don't do that.
Let your misery drive the bus.
Okay, yeah, maybe not all of it, but use it to be grounded. Yes.
The only friend you've ever had in this world just betrayed you.
Huh.
You're about to say goodbye for the last time.
Just say your goodbye to Trevor.
Your mother was cooking a hedgehog for supper. Hedgehog? Yes, I think so. I like to see what that inspires.
He's like, it's not really in the Haitian cuisine ever, but we'll see what he can do.
You were born to play this role.
Period. That's what Trevor said. That's what your dad would have said.
I found him.
Are they perfect? Please say they're perfect. Please say they're perfect.
They are the originals.
He got
This is the pair that Brett and Willard wore. A buddy who worked at Hollywood Pictures was able to track him down for me.
You're the best, Pete. Give that man a raise, because I wouldn't have gone through all that trouble when I made so many replicas. So sorry. That's full circle, Simon. That is. If there is ever a belief in messaging, that is a sign. Kind of liking the suit. I like it. Look at this suit moment, this costume moment.
That's not true. If we work together.
We were never together.
That's bullshit. Put the gun away.
He found my prize one.
Joe Pantoliano, no! This is a deep injustice.
How could Barnaby do that to you?
General Boulard has the coordinates. He's coming.
Oh, a
for you.
tear! A
You're
tear!
not making it out of here alive.
I can't believe that's my son up there.
Purr! Look at him. He's like scared, but like so happy.
Final fight sequence was bananas.
I heard they shot it all practically.
Probably.
I don't believe in doing sequels,
You sure?
but maybe it's worth thinking about how we could do it.
Now you're talking my language.
I'll set something up.
BK! BK!
Hey, you're
Okay, Joe.
all right? Commercial real estate. It's going to blow up. You'll get properties for 20
This
cents
is
on
what
the dollar.
Doorman needed. Someone to help him.
I've been with Barry for 20 years.
Barry doesn't have to know. Plus, we're just talking, right?
Yes, girl, do what you gotta
She's
do.
Talking, he's talking.
Everybody talks.
Exactly.
You were really good. Think so? Yes.
It's all he ever wanted.
Thanks, brother.
It's all he ever wanted for you.
I'm excited for you.
Mm.
Just hope you don't forget about us little people in Pacoima.
Never.
Big shot. Never that. Wish Dad could have been here to see that.
Me too. That got me a little. That's right. The carpet you've always deserved, sir. And you know why he was able to get through that, though? Trev wasn't there physically, but he was there and he was there. Look at that. You already got groupies. Purr. She deserves love. She's put up with you for a lot.
Any news from Trev?
Simon, I'm sorry. It's a
Yeah,
black
they're not
box.
letting him talk to anybody.
He was right about waiting for the next script. You got your own bigger projects now, so what's it gonna be, Wonder Man?
Right? That's what I told you. He was giving good advice.
Actually do research. I do. I'm a big nerd.
Yes, my boy loves his
So is the
research.
director that I'm working with.
He's a huge nerd about it. Love it.
And you live your life exactly as you normally would. I would just stand back and watch.
Right.
You sure you got the right guy?
Fly on the wall.
Buying my toilet paper at the State of Rose? Yes, I do. That's the idea.
Don't understand you.
And if you don't mind, I'm trying to keep a low profile. Well, you come to the right place for that. Yeah.
Okay, where are we?
If you don't mind, I'd like to keep a lid on the fact that that we're doing this.
Is this really for a role, Simon?
How do I not freak out that Wonder Man's energy?
Get used to it.
He's very chill. I think you'll be able to chill out. Oh, yeah. Let's hope it tastes good. It ain't Haitian food. Ma'am, is this normal?
Does this mean I can tell everyone at school that I had dinner with Simon Williams?
No, you cannot.
Not yet.
You know, it's hard with work and the kids and.
Find time. This is your health, Chuck.
Valid advice, people. Gotta take it my own self. Fell off the exercise wagon bad in 2025.
Turns out it was salmonella from playing with the neighbor's chickens, but didn't know that at the time.
Chickens will give you the salmonella.
Gave her a CAT scan. Nothing. That wasn't cheap.
It's not for nothing. They need to make sure, but I get it. In the States, that's make or break money. You got this. Come on. All right, we'll take a break.
As slow and as shitty as this.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, Chuck. Don't be so hard.
Exactly.
Hey, if you keep trying to get me into shape, huh?
Well, we want you to live long enough to see the movie.
Eastman, you gotta make sure he is a shitty runner. You know how you've been wanting to come with me to work, see the kind of stress I'm dealing with there?
He's a shrink, isn't he?
Understand? Yeah.
I feel like he's trying to get in to see Trev.
I want you to be good in your movie.
I
even
think
though
he's a
you haven't told me
therapist.
a goddamn thing about it.
Or he works some way at the facility, if not a therapist, because he said seeing people like that every day.
You're a new trainee named Alfonso, if anyone asks. Alfonso? What? I'm not a writer. I don't know.
He looks like an Alfonso. I could buy it. Kudos to him for the long con. Trev taught you well. That's it. That's the prison. You telling me they're not gonna know who Simon is immediately? Belly of the beast, you are very, very brave, Simon. I mean, they can't force you to stay, but
Congressman Bray has been pushing back on new vehicles funds.
right by him? He could probably blow this whole place up.
You must have seen me at Murphy's on Thursdays doing karaoke. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Turn around and run right now.
I had the lab run another test at the soundstage, but this time on an ionic level.
I don't understand.
Have we learned to pinpoint our powers?
Anonymous.
How much?
It's a lot, Chuck. Enough to...
If he's capable of harnessing ionic energy,
Yes.
then Simon Williams is an extraordinary threat.
Well, he is extraordinary. Let's go with asset. If it has to be either or. Your son is here.
Alfonso, actually. It's a long story.
Oh, the
How'd
tears.
the movie come out? It would have been better with you as Barnaby.
Mm,
It replaced me. Oh,
I hate to tell you.
it's not.
Exactly. Let's not tell him.
Let's not get into it.
Yes, Pierce Brosnan. Simon, a prison break is not advised.
We should probably get out of here.
This is a terrible idea.
It is, but let's do it.
That was the whole point.
I'm not just gonna leave you in here to rot, Trev.
They'll catch you.
Let me worry about that.
So we agree.
But we're not going that way.
They're not.
What are you doing?
She's focusing. Look at my baby. He's learning to use his powers. Oh, they're going straight up. You can fly. Or are we going underground? No, we're going up. Okay. I love that this proves that you were never going to keep Simon Brooke. You were never going to keep that guy contained, ever. I love that they shot off like a star. Oh, are you sure? Maybe Trev was a mutant. I love that. He can never act again. No way. There has to be more. Not one after credit scene? All right, guys. Well, you know what? That was a somewhat happy ending. It's so open-ended, though. Like, there's so many possibilities of what could come next, but I'm happy. I am happy with the outcome overall, so I'll call it a happy ending. Oh, this episode. It's just, I love that this entire series to me was firstly and foremost about friendship, about connection, about finding a kindred spirit, but also about acceptance, not just acceptance from others, but also self-acceptance for Simon, because that's something that he's clearly struggled with since childhood. And I just love that it kind of all culminated to this love story in a way as well, but not, not a romantic love, but a genuine, deep respect and kindness and care that really has a baseline of love, because you only sacrifice for people that you love, right? We don't just most people don't go out there and sacrifice for anybody or anything. Again, a true hero, I guess you could say it in the truest sense, yes. But in our world, more often than not, if we're gonna willing to sacrifice something as huge as our freedom for somebody, it's because we care very deeply for them. And so that's what we had here on both sides, right? We see that this episode is about the aftermath, right? Simon lost it, and he knew the next day that it was probably going to be, okay, someone's gonna pick me up, that's it, I'm gonna go away. I'm not sure if he's aware of the DODC. I guess he would have, yeah, because after what Slattery told him, he probably recognized that, okay, so that's who's after me. He figured they're gonna figure out that something happened and it had to be me. Who else could have blown an entire studio apart like I did? And he's like, there's no other way out. Like, how else are we gonna explain it? Like, they're gonna figure it out. It's done for me. And we see that he calls his mom, and I know he just wants to hear her voice, because outside of Trevor, we've seen that the person that he felt kind of somewhat understood him, or at least tried to love him despite not understanding him, was his mother. And I just love that. I honestly, there's the nuances of the show, like how he calls her and she immediately is like, what's wrong? My mom can do that too. She knows what I'm calling. Like, I think I sound totally normal, and she's like, something's wrong. She could always see through me like that. But anyway, we see that he doesn't want to tell her because he knows it's going to hurt her, but he also wants to tell her, the important things, like, I love you. He didn't try to explain anything, because that's Simon, right? He's always bottling rather than sharing and trying to spread the burden. He's trying to take it all in by himself. But we see at the last minute that Trev says, I figured out a way to fix this, right? Like he said, and I get everything about his speech to Simon was absolutely beautiful, about how, he's someone who's been given so many chances to do the right thing, and yet he keeps doing the wrong thing. And I mean, in this case, it was actually woefully unfair, because Trevor was also a victim in this, right? In the sense of, he didn't want to do this. He was literally blackmailed into doing it. On the one hand, he's supposed to be back in he didn't finish his sentence. He technically is on borrowed time anyway, but still, he was blackmailed, right? So anyways, him explaining that he feels like he just keeps screwing up when people do kindnesses for him or people give him chances, he blows them over and over. So he didn't want this to be another case of that. He didn't want to see Simon. He knew that if Simon went inside that facility, that there was a good chance he would never see the light of day again. He'd become another doorman, right? So he's like, I'll do what I can do. The one thing I can do is People already think, you know, he's like, my credibility's shaky at best anyways. People already expect me to be a criminal. I already pulled off one of the biggest, you know, what would you call it? I've already pulled off one of the biggest cons in history. It won't be hard for the public to believe that I would do something like this. All I gotta do is write a compelling speech and act in the superior way that I already know how. And there's no way the DODC can't let me take the fall for this. No one knows you're enhanced other than them. And they'd have to admit the fact that they were trailing illegally, quite frankly, trailing and stalking and profiling Simon to prove otherwise. Right? And so he went and he made the big video and he did it right in the style that he did 20 plus years ago. And of course, as soon as, you know, Simon saw it, his heart fell, right? Because even though he's angry, you know, even though he's hurt by Trevor, the fact that he answered the phone, you know, that's all I needed to see, right? Was that he's hurt, he's angry, but he trusts and cares about Trevor enough that he wanted to get the explanation. He really wants to understand, right? He doesn't want to believe that this man didn't care for him at all when he felt like there was this bond. So seeing that and hearing that, I think he needed that. Simon really needed that to heal, because that would have been a very, very deep wound for him to go into prison with. Imagine if he'd actually gone thinking that that whole thing was all fake. So anyway, we see that that's what happens. And of course, like I said, even though he was sacrificing his freedom, Trevor played his card well because he knew that the DODC couldn't publicly have a reason for not taking him in for that. So he tied their hands, but also made sure that Simon would at least get the opportunity to go free for now, right? Was it a permanent solution? No, but at least now that Simon had the heads up, he would be able to make sure going forward that he could effectively have made it so that he never, well, I shouldn't say never, but had a less chance of ever having his powers go off again. But anyway, what Trev did was beautiful because it was the self-sacrificing thing, like I said, that you only do for someone you really care about, for someone that you love. And as I said, those two have developed such a beautiful friendship. I'd even say it's even somewhat of a, I wouldn't say like, when I say a fatherly type of connection that they had, I don't mean like in the true sense of like he was sonning him or anything like that, but more in the sense of that care and that oversight that Simon was definitely missing in his life because his dad passed away so young. So it just was something that, like I said, it came across as something a father would do for their son, you know? And for Trevor, that's really what Simon has become in some ways, right? It's kind of like a son or a child to him. And again, it's not to say that that's the way he always felt, but just seeing this person who shares the same passion for the same art form that Trevor does. And like I said, we saw a lot of this season of Trevor kind of being the one to pull back Simon. But as I said in the last episode, it was very much mutual. Like Simon really helped to reignite the love and the passion that Trevor had for the craft and kind of feel better about himself, you know, because I mean, even though, you know, Trevor definitely gives this flippant kind of lackadaisical vibe, I do think that he struggles too with feeling worthy, right? People who do the kinds of things that Trevor did in his past, the drug use, the alcoholism, the letting, you know, the poor decisions. Most people don't do that unless they feel like they're missing something. And so again, I think that's why the two of them really just meshed so quickly despite the act, is because they did see, like I said, that kindred soul in each other. So anyway, all that to say that Trevor felt like he was doing the right thing. Like he's like, I've always kind of looked out for self, and now this is my chance to not do that. Let me save you. Because like I said, sadly, Trevor's supposed to be in prison anyway, right? He doesn't want to be there. And as I said, at his age, it's probably a death sentence, but Simon did not deserve to be in that jail. Like, even though, yes, as I said in the episode, did what he did, was it dangerous? Yes. Him not being able to, I shouldn't say not being able to, him choosing not to rein back his powers when his emotions become overwhelming, that is a problem, particularly because his powers can be so destructive. But it's not like this is a habitual thing for him, right? We've only seen, since this show aired, we saw him lose control twice. I almost said 3 because I'm like, he almost lost it when his girlfriend left, but he did pull it back. But really, we only saw him, oh no, it is 3 times. I forgot about his mom's house. So yeah, we saw 3 occasions in this series of where he let his temper get the better of him and he didn't pull back his powers. But the reason I'm going to give a pass is because we don't know how old Simon is, but I'm guessing he's like early 30s. From when whatever happened in the kitchen fire to now, I don't think there has been a consistent issue with his powers, if that makes sense, right? Because if he was really dangerous, his brother and his mom would both be terrified of him, right? They would not want him around. So to me, that says that Simon is generally quite good at keeping his stuff under wraps. Now, saying that, his ex did say she figured out that he had powers. So I think that there's always I do think there's always like a small amount of his powers that were always coming out. But this level, like the point where it's actually destructive, that really only happened 3 times in this series. And again, I think that was because, as I've mentioned multiple times throughout the episodes, Simon represses. He always holds things in, which is super, super unhealthy. And especially when your powers are directly linked to your emotions, very, very, very dangerous. But anyway, I do think that the frequency in this series, I mean, obviously we know, like, taking it out of the show, it's for the purpose of the show. But you know what I'm saying? If we're talking about IRL here, a lot of things have been happening to him, right? He was really coming to a breaking point emotionally. And that's kind of why the outbursts became more frequent. But anyway, all that to say, it would have been unfair to put him in jail, to put him in a prison where he was effectively going to be tested daily. Like, because again, remember they said in the Doorman episode, what they do at the DODC, they were planning on literally dissecting this guy as much as they possibly could, try to figure out his powers, if not to emulate them, replicate them, probably both those things, and also how to dampen them. You know, we all know what happens to those types of places. So it would have been bad news bears for my guy, and he didn't deserve it considering he's had effectively 2 major incidents in his life. But coming back, I think that Trev just felt better in knowing that he was, you know, giving Simon a second chance. Like he said, look, you almost blew it, as in literally and figuratively, because of what I did, right? My lies, my deception is what made you become emotionally overwhelmed and effectively allow yourself to lose it in that warehouse. But you don't deserve to lose every opportunity to even live a life, period, because of that. So I'm going to take the fall for this one, because me going to jail for the rest of my life, while it sucks, he's not enhanced, right? Trev is not enhanced. They're not going to experiment on him in that jail. The worst that's going to happen is he's going to spend the rest of his life in solitude, right? But anyway, we see that Simon is, of course, deeply moved by this, right? This kind of very much erases the deception, because he realized with that despite the fact that it hurt that he was lied to, he got the validation that he needed, that what he felt as far as his friendship and his connection with Trevor was real. And I think that was more what he was scared of than the lies. The lies, I mean, no one likes to be lied to, but you can get over a lie if you know what the intent behind it was, if the intent was not malicious. And in this case, it very much wasn't, right? It really just that, you know, Trev got caught up and he really did not have an easy way out. So anyway, we see that my guy had to go to set after that. He ended up, because Von Kovac's like, yeah, I still got we're losing money. Respectfully, if you know the industry, every day that you're not filming is millions of dollars sometimes. So he's like, you got to get back to set, you know, unless you really need a day, get your butt back here. So he goes back, and, you know, my first worry was that, okay, is he going to go back into what he normally does? Because Trevor was very much his emotional anchor. But like I said, I think now Trev is always going to be a part of him here and here when it comes to his acting, because that's really all Trev's done this entire series, is really help him to focus on what's important when it comes to this craft and not to get too much in his head. And I think he's, you know, really taking it to heart now. And the fact that now when he walked onto that set, that he's got the weight of what Trevor sacrificed to him, plus we got the flashback of the rest of the day that we saw from the beginning of the series with him and his dad, and his father saying to him that, I want you, like basically saying, you need to act because you're really good. I saw you in that play and you were fantastic. And I think that you have a gift and you should, you know, you should fulfill it. And I can't wait to see you up there. Like, the whole series has shown us that Simon and his father had a very special connection, you know, that his dad was kind of the first person to really understand him and not assume the worst for his quirks. So for his dad to kind of leave that mandate with him, then again, of course, if his dad had lived, I'm sure that, you know, it would have, if Simon had wanted to do something else, it would have been fine. But, you know, I love how that all culminated into why acting was so important for Simon, why he's so obsessive about it, why he overthinks every little thing, why he gets the anxiety. Like, for him, this isn't just about the acting jobs. It's about fulfilling the promise that he made to this man that he loved so much, and who kind of became even more of a, you know, kind of became more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he almost got deified because he passed away so young, right? So it's even more so like he's just the last moments that he had with his dad were so good, and his dad didn't get a chance to get, to see this dream realized. So it's become all the more important, is my point, to Simon, to make sure that that dream came true, because it's not just for him. Like for him, I think it's very much an homage to his father and a way to show his dad that his belief in him and his love for him and his acceptance of him was not in vain, if that makes sense. So it made so much more sense now, all of it, why Simon is like this. And again, I feel like if he was better at opening up to people, he could explain to them why he's like this, and they would have a better, they wouldn't be so quick to be like, why are you freaking out over 3 lines on this page, right? So anyways, obviously he couldn't be saying that on every set. And the thing is, if he opened up to people and told them more about that, they could be the ones to tell him, hey, yo, Simon, your dad was going to be proud of you no matter what. Like, you're not going to let him down if you can't make this work. You know what I mean? But anyway, coming back. So yeah, that's between those two, the weight of those two father figures really putting belief in him and in the case of one, sacrificing everything for that. I think that helped him to lock in a way he's never had to before. And again, we got so many lessons that Trev gave him along the way. So he was already kind of equipped, but now he had more of a reason than ever to lock in. There was no room for him to go to the overthinking and the, what if I screw this up? It's like, no, I have to. Now it's not a matter of I can't or I want to. I have to do this. I will do this, because this is the way to pay homage to these people who've literally, sacrificed for me. So, and then again, we saw that Von Kovac had a beautiful line in there where he said, everything that happened, this crazy morning that we've had, all of it, he's like, this is life. This is literally what makes the art that we imitate in film. So use that and use it to kind of like, he's like, look at where you are, right? The whole character that you're playing right now was just betrayed by someone he considered to be like a brother as far as a best friend. And now he's trying to reconcile that, right? Which is effectively what Simon literally went through the day before, right? So I love that they just, rolled that in, that real parallel of like, again, what, art imitating life. And so anyway, that was all he needed. And then we saw that as soon as that camera started, again, and the glasses, that was a wonderful detail too, that the prop master comes back and says, here's the glasses. And he's like, wait, where'd you get these? And he's like, they're the OGs. These are the ones that were actually in the film from way back in the 80s or whatever that movie was made. And then we found out, of course, through the flashback, why the glasses were such an important detail for him, right? It wasn't just him overthinking. Again, it really was, there was an emotional significance to his attachment. So I love that they've given us as an audience a better understanding of why Simon is like this. And again, I never had a doubt that there was a reason for it, but it's just nice to see it come to fruition now in the way that they really just kind of laid it out for us to better understand. But anyway, we see that, he puts those glasses on and then he's got the suit and he's there, right? Oh yes, and Von Kovac also telling him, you were born, this is you, like Wonder Man was always your role. That's something that Simon's been kind of dreaming about his whole life. And we heard him say that back in episode 2, I think it was, where he said like, I have to play this role, it's for me. And have that come full circle and come out of Von Kovac's mouth. It is what it is, right? So yeah, he gets suited and booted and he does the scene and we see that he nails it. And we're not surprised, like, because he's always had the capacity to do this. But now a lot of those things that held him back, he knows where at least, I wouldn't say they're gone, but I think he now knows how to better compartmentalize those and to push through with what he needs to do in the moment, right? And so, yeah, he does it. Unfortunately, the damn role went to that bloody Joe Pantoliano. I love how they went full circle with that. That was fantastic. Also, I can't remember, why did they show Josh Gad again? But either way, I love that they keep bringing like the cameos back. But coming back, the movie's a smash success, as it should be. And the moment's finally there. Him sitting in the theater looking like we saw in the first episode. He's back now in the theater watching a Wonder Man film, and now it's him. Everything's come full circle. His dad's wish for him. And this time it's not just him sitting there, but it's with his mom. His mom finally, who's believed in him the whole time, who's never doubted that he could do this. Like she's saying, it's my baby up there. I can't believe it. Like, that's my son. His brother's there. He's shedding a tear. He's moved. And I think it's not just because of the movie. He's just proud. He's so happy. And that kind of dovetails into after the movie when, you know, he sees his mom, she congratulates him, but then it's the moment with him and Eric. And remember, I said a couple episodes ago, or last episode actually, that I knew that Eric didn't badmouth him to the reporter. Eric finally gets a chance to show him and say, like, I'm really proud of you. Like, you did that, and I'm so happy for you. Like, literally, this is, I mean, he didn't say this part, but I know what he meant to say was, this is what I always wanted for you, truly. I just didn't want to see you. I think really what Eric's thing is that he just didn't want to keep seeing Simon fail, right? I don't think he wanted to see his brother continue to have to be hurt by things not working out. And that's why he really wanted to put him in a direction where he could potentially feel a level of success. It never came out the right way, unfortunately, but I knew that it was coming from a good place, even if it was executed very, very poorly and out of frustration. But anyway, I just really love that he got a chance to say that to him and say that he was proud. And then of course say that I really wish Dad was here to see it because, you know, he would have felt the same. So I love that. I feel like they kind of have an understanding now, at least for while I don't think that Simon's going to be opening up all the way to Eric anytime soon. I think now that understanding that Eric has always been proud of him, I think is going to be so good for helping him to heal a lot of that sense of isolation he was feeling, right? So anyway, we see that all happens. And then I love that his agent came back, and while she congratulated him, she also said, you know what, it turns out Trevor was right. Like, she's like, if we had just taken the next thing, it would actually have been kind of, I hate to use this term, but basically if he had taken what was being pushed at that table, all that time ago, it would have been less, and he probably would have gotten paid less now than what he can get, right? Because she's like, now people are coming to you. Like, it's no longer like, here's this little thing we can give you. Like, now you're getting motion pictures now. Now you're getting big directors, bigger projects, bigger films. Like, you know, I don't ever want to crap on TV shows and smaller productions because they're very important too, but you get my point. She's like, he was right. Like, if we had done it earlier, we would have kind of gone at a loss for that. And now the sky's the limit. So I'm like, I said that in the episode. I'm like, I think Trev's giving really good advice. Like, let's wait and see how the movie does first and see if there's better than this offer. So love that. And then we see that, you know, she's like, well, what are you going to do next then? Like, what's the plan? And we see that Von Kovac already told him that he's looking to do a sequel because the movie did so well. And obviously he loves working with Trevor. And that's, again, an honor in of itself for for Simon. But then we see that instead Simon just can't. He's just not okay with letting Trev sit and rot in a jail for him, right? He can't live with that. And so we see that he set up a very elaborate long con to figure out a way to get into that prison, short of busting in, short of busting the whole place down and getting Trev out of there. At first I thought he was just going to go and like visit him, you know, just to kind of give him a moral boost. But my guy said, damn the career. He said, damn the career, damn the money. I did what I needed to do. And the thing is, I don't think it's that Simon didn't want to be an actor, but I'm willing to risk it because Trevor literally risked his life for me. So yeah, I love it. He did a long con, got into that prison, and showed that what we've never seen until this episode, control over his power, like targeted control over his power. So again, I don't know if he's always had that. I feel like he did. I don't think he did. I think that's something he learned to do because you can't do a prison break. Like, you know, if he just let it all rip, he would have probably hurt Trevor, right? So he had to make sure that he did it in a way that was going to be controlled and safe. And again, let him get to Trevor, before they could get caught. And so that's what he did. He showed up and he got in there. And of course, Trevor was just a tear in his eye because he couldn't believe that Simon had done all of this to come see him, right? I'm pretty sure he thought that Simon hated him still, but yeah, I just love that they got their reunion. And then Simon basically is like, I'm not leaving you in here, bro. That's not happening. Neither of us deserve to be in here. So we're going to get out. We're going to show you a little something with my powers. You haven't really seen my powers outside of me breaking shit. He's like, let me show you some of the less destructive sides of my power. Although he did blow a literal hole in the roof. But deserved. That prison shouldn't exist anyway. No, I take it back. There are definitely mutants that should be in there, but it's not really it's not really a containment place, right? They're really using it as a way to experiment. And we saw with the DOD agent who we've been seeing since episode 1 that of course they continue to analyze the explosion because they're like, we all know that was no regular explosion. And we find out that he says, yeah, like it's basically they gave us some insight into Simon's power. Apparently he controls ions, and ions are in just about everything. I mean, it's been a long time since I've done chemistry, y'all, so don't judge me. But I believe there's ions in everything, right? Like there's negative and positive ions and they're all around us. So point being, if my man can control ions, that's crazy because they're everywhere. And what is the extent that he can control them? What can he do? We really only see them so far just destroy things. But we saw when he was in the prison, he disabled the camera. He caused interference. He was able to, again, we saw that with the fight that he can like augment his own strength. That's why he ripped off the prison bar. And then he was able to create what looks like an ionic barrier around him and Trev so that they wouldn't get hurt. while he levitated himself and got out. And I'm not gonna say it's flight because I don't think it's true flight. I think it's that he can manipulate the ions around him to cause himself to float. Either way, it's a crazy powerful power. That's up there as far as superpowers go. So we heard DODC dude say that someone like him, if it is in fact Simon who's able to do that and we figured out how his powers work, he's either a valuable prisoner or a valuable asset, aka can we get him to work for us in some way or some agency to work for us. So they're like, if we can't get him, basically he was saying at that point, if we can't figure out a way to cleanly get him in here, then maybe we can find a way to like do what they did to Trev basically and blackmail him into working for us. So that's good to keep in mind. The DODC is definitely looking at him as a potential, and they're going to want to study him, of course. But yeah, I mean, as I said, if they couldn't find a way to get him in, Simon just gave it to them in this episode. Busting in and busting my guy out. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, again, no, actually, I don't know. I was going to say no one saw him, right? There was the one guard that saw him that doesn't realize it was him. And then we've got the guy who he used to get in there. But I love that Simon paid him a shit ton of money, clearly, enough for him to quit his job. And hopefully he quit on the spot. And my guess is that he probably figured out it was Simon, and that will probably buy his silence. But the point is, it won't matter because now that they know how to study or look for the traces of Simon's power, they'll realize there's ion disruption all over that jail cell. But the point is, can they prove it? In the end, it comes down to, can you prove it though? Simon disrupted all the cameras in that place. You got no footage. You got nothing. So we'll see. We're not going to see actually because the show is over, but love that he managed to get him and Trev out of there. And I love that Trev just trusted him. He's like, I have no idea what's about to happen, but I'm going with you. I'm going with you, fam. Prison break number 2. So yeah, I really love that they kind of got their little HEA moment. I wouldn't say it's a HEA forever because we have no idea what's going to happen next, but they're out. They're free. And I love that. Again, it just shows that the two of them really do care a lot about each other. And that was the foundation of this entire series is their friendship, that care, that concern, and that the genuine having of each other's backs, right? Simon's got a friend for life in Trevor and vice versa. So yeah, overall, I thought it was a great ending. I think the whole series was fantastic. Like, even though these episodes were on the shorter side, they really did a great job. They utilized every minute of those 20, well, they were about 30 minutes each. But yeah, they definitely didn't waste a single second of it. So I do appreciate that. I could have gone for hour long personally, but honestly, great work. I really wish that Disney had done more to promote this. I have my theories as to why they didn't, but I think it was a great piece of work. I don't know if we're going to get another season. My gut is telling me probably not, but I do hope so, or that there's some way they can involve Wonder Man in the MCU in some way, because I do think this is still a really great and fun story and that there's a lot more story to tell. But we'll have to see. But either way, I'm glad we did get it. I appreciated every single episode. I enjoyed it muchly. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love. And as I said before, this is the end of this series, but there's a lot of other stuff that I react to that's similar to this. So hopefully you'll stick around and join the fam if you haven't already to continue this journey with me. But yes, until next time, guys, thanks so much for your attention and sitting through these long reviews with me. And I hope to see you in the next video.